Okay, I have recently watched the whole videotape which this clip is from, and I have so much to say about the whole thing. Not just the 3 nursery rhymes that they show here, oranges and lemons, the farmers in the dell, and here we go around the mulberry bush. So, I'm going to talk about this tape in another video. Now, I've never actually watched this videotape as a kid. I've only ever seen the 3 mentioned nursery rhymes, but there is so much unintentional wrong with this whole tape that I can't help talking about it. So, do expect that video in the future. Let's finish this. As I said before, I've never watched this tape as a kid, so we're technically diving into new territory here today. So, what do we start with?
Welcome to the world of children's videos. It's video collection's special favourites for our young audience.
Oh, really new territory. I never saw this promo as a kid.
Beginning with the adventures of Thomas the Tank Engine and friends.
Hurry up, Thomas!
Life on the island of Sodor can be very busy, but the engines enjoy their work on the railway.
Ah yes, back when Thomas the Tank Engine was actually enjoyable to watch. And it had effort put into it. I swear I wouldn't talk about this movie again. I'm not going to talk about the new series again. I don't want commenters complaining again.
From trains to canal boats, it's that troublesome twosome Rosie and Jim. They cruise into all sorts of tangles. Oh no, what would John say?
Nothing. He never finds out the dolls are alive. Nothing can destroy the status quo.
1, 2, 3. Say bonjour to...
Just TV!
Ah yes, French. One of those languages you were forced to learn and speak at school, but you never really end up using, like, 95% of the words that were taught to you. All those French and Spanish exams were really for nothing. Still, there's always Google Translate.
And when it comes to mischief, there's only one place to be. With Ratty, Toad and Mole in the classic story of Wind in the Willows.
And Badger? What about him?
19 years!
19 years?
And another year for being green! 20 years!
This is just my opinion. Mine! But I saw the 90s animated film and the sequel. I saw the Disney animated version, and I saw the live-action adaptation with Matt Lucas, Lee Ingleby, and Bob Hoskins, apparently. And I have to say, the Cosgrove Hall version is my favourite adaptation of the story. The animation is quite good, even for the time, the voice acting is superb, and I just think it's the most enjoyable. Oh yeah, and it also had an equally faithful TV series that continued the story for 5 seasons. Anyway, on to the main content.
If you're happy and you know it, say we are.
Okay, I know we just started, but I already have questions. Why did they decide to name this tape The Grand Old Duke of York? Said rhyme is the 6th one of the video out of 50. It's not even the one that starts the tape. Instead, it's If You're Happy and You Know It. Yeah, each segment has 4 rhymes each, not, say, 8 or 7.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all day long.
And if you're wondering, yes, all of these primary school children are the only ones who sing every single rhyme on this tape. Though for some, these children might have sung these rhymes better than Darren Day.
The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish,
Only if it's raining all day, or snowing, or hailing.
The children on the bus go chatter, chatter, chatter all day long.
Look who's talking.
The babies on the bus go wah, wah, wah all day long.
And that's a good thing?
The mummies on the bus go shh, shh, shh all day long.
Boy, this bus driver must go on the worst bus route in the country. Children chattering, babies crying, honking his horn all day because of traffic. I hope he doesn't usually do overtime.
The rags on the bus go eep, eep, eep all day long.
Ah, great. Now he has most likely been in a crash. I see no other reason why he would brake like that. Did the cars and the bus go crash, crash, crash? Looks like they did.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Just to look at the view around the king's castle, I take it.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Yeah, the king's men couldn't really do jigsaw puzzles that were over 100 pieces. Plus, what they were going to use to stick Humpty back together again wouldn't have been strong enough. Oh, and the king's horses couldn't fix him either.
Oh, we can play on the big bass drum.
No shit. Anyone can play the big bass drum. I don't have a drum, but I think even I could do it.
Oh, we can play on the triangle, and this is the way we do it. Sing, sing, sing on the triangle.
The triangle. 3 sides and 3 corners. Perfect for every third wheel.
Oh, we can play on the silver flute, and this is the way we do it. Toot, 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 toot on the silver flute.
That's a recorder, not a flute. I should know. That was the only instrument I played in school. Oh, and the glockenspiel.
Boom, boom, boom on the big bass drum, and that's the way we do it.
The next one is Pop Goes the Weasel. I could never learn the lyrics to this rhyme because it's normally sung so quickly, but now that they slow it down here and that the lyrics are on the screen in sing-along form, I will finally know.
Half a pound of tuppenny rice, half a pound of treacle, stir it up and make a pie.
Is that it? I'm sorry, can you actually make a pie with just treacle and rice that costs 2 pence a pound?
Goes the weasel,
Wait, what does making pies have to do with weasels?
up and down the city road, in and out the eagle.
So, are you looking for the weasel now? What's going on?
That's the way the money goes.
Money? I don't think it costs anything to find a weasel.
Goes the weasel.
Are you saying that you're looking for a weasel by shooting it with a gun, hence the pop? It's a bit extreme, don't you think?
Up and down the city roads, in and out the eagle. That's the way the money goes. Goes the weasel.
Did that rhyme make any sense for any of you people? 'Cause it honestly didn't for me.
See the soldiers in the street. Hear the marching of their feet. They are singing as they go.
Are they? I don't usually see soldiers singing.
They are singing as they go. Marching, marching, to and fro. See the soldiers in the street. Hear the marching of their feet.
This rhyme feels very strange without any music at all. Oh, we now come to the rhyme the whole tape is named after.
Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men.
10,000? That seems like a lot to me. I mean, I see that as the population of the entire town.
He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again.
Why? Why did the Duke ask the men to go up a hill and then back down again? Have all the men been falling behind on their marching training that the Duke needed to test them? No rifle training or anything of worth?
When they're up, and when they're
again. No shit.
Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. They beat their drums to the top of the hill and they beat them down again.
Okay, do all of these men do annual parades through the streets of York? Are they all performing men instead of fighting men? Is that why they are using drums instead of weapons?
Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. They played their pipes to the top of the hill and they played them down again.
Yep, they're parade men. And do they really need to practice their drumming and fluting while going up a hill? Isn't that a bit tiring, especially if the hill is steep?
Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men.
What else do you need these men to do up this hill?
They bang their drums to the top of the hill and they bang them down again.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Okay, one, they do have guns? Are they parade men or are they soldiers? I don't see why soldiers would need drums and flutes if they have guns. Shouldn't they all be practicing how to use their guns just in time for their weekly war against France or something? And two, they were banging their guns on the hill? I sure hope they were all shooting up into the sky. I really hope the rhyme doesn't end with, and at the end of the busy day, all the corpses were up and down.
Stepping over stepping stones, 1, 2, 3. Stepping over stepping stones, come with me. The river's very fast and the river's very wide.
Before there was the floor is lava thing, I can remember playing this game where we all used to step on pillows and things and to not touch the floor because we were pretending the floor was a rushing river. Yeah, it's what these kids are doing here.
The river's very fast and the river's very wide, and we'll step across on stepping stones to reach the other side.
And then all of these kids fell off the stones, fell into the river, got helplessly swept along the current, fell down a waterfall, and they all drowned and broke all of their bones once they landed at the bottom. What? Soldiers banging guns in random directions on the top of a hill is fine for kids to sing, but not this?
Oh, King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddler's string.
His pipe? I can assume they meant by a smoking pipe, back when they thought it was perfectly healthy to smoke. And his bowl? A bowl of what?
He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his drummer's string. Now every drummer had a very fine drum, and a very fine drum had he. There's none so fair as can compare, as he called and his drummer's string.
When these drummers and fiddlers aren't performing at concerts or other occasions, all 6 of them are entertaining the king for a good long time, until he remembers that he has a town to see to.
Miss Polly had a dolly who was sick, sick, sick. So she called for the doctor to come quick, quick, quick. The doctor came with a bag and a hat, and she knocked at the door with a rat-a-tat-tat. She looked at the dolly and she shook her head, and she said,
Your dolly can't be sick, sick, sick because she isn't alive. She doesn't have any organs or veins or anything, just fluff and felt. And now you realize that you just wasted an important and busy doctor's time with a phony call. Now don't call me again unless someone alive is actually sick, okay? Is that how the rhyme goes? What are these strange faces going to sing about now?
She sailed away on a lovely summer's day,
Who did?
on the back of a crocodile.
What? Did the river turn red afterwards?
You see, said she, he's as famous and complete. I'll ride him down the Nile.
The Nile? Oh, are they talking about Cleopatra?
The croc winked his eye as the lady waved goodbye, wearing a sunny smile. At the end of the ride, the lady was inside, and the smile was on the crocodile.
So was this a scam from Cleopatra? She tells a lady that the crocodile is tame and friendly, but during their sale, Cleo portrays the lady and forced the crocodile to gobble her up. Or did the crocodile eat Cleopatra? It's not exactly made very clear.
If you should meet a crocodile, don't take a stick and poke him.
Why would you ever want to do that anyway? He'll still eat you even if you just stare at him.
As he swims along the Nile, his thinner gets thinner. So whenever you meet a crocodile, he's ready for his dinner.
Oh, the crocodile wasn't looking at you. He was looking at the burrito cart right behind you.
I went to school one morning and I walked like this, walked like this, walked like this.
Why would you ever walk to school like an Egyptian?
I saw a little robin and I hopped like this, hopped like this, hopped like this.
I think you're mistaking a robin for a flamingo.
I saw a little pony and I galloped like this, galloped like this, galloped like this.
I'm already getting enough spam comments from arseholes complaining that I'm a brony, so I'm not even going to argue. You choose the one I should reference here.
I heard the school bell ringing and I ran like this, ran like this, ran like this.
Yeah, you were so busy wasting time by hopping, galloping, and
Walk like an Egyptian.
that you completely forgot that you overslept this morning.
If you're happy and you know, clap your hands.
Oh, and here's the song that they already played briefly at the very beginning. I don't think these people know what spoilers are.
If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it.
Skip this part, skip it!
Peter taps with one hammer, one hammer, one hammer.
Okay, is Peter a carpenter or something?
Peter taps with two hammers, two hammers, two hammers.
Has he fallen behind lately and is trying to make up for lost time by using two hammers?
Peter taps with three hammers, three hammers, three hammers.
So, is he doing a repair job or is he just banging things with hammers for no reason? And 3 hammers? How can he use a hammer with his feet?
Peter taps with five hammers, five hammers, five hammers.
Now he's tied a hammer to his head and is banging the wall with his head? Sure, if you want to knock yourself unconscious, go right ahead.
Peter goes to sleep now, sleep now, sleep now.
Oh wow, I've never heard of this rhyme before. I didn't know he would actually knock himself unconscious with his head hammer. Yeah, they say he has gone to sleep, but we know what really happened to him.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey.
Okay, I still don't know to this day. What the hell is curds and whey? Wait, a solitaire game? Wait, it's up here. The liquid remaining after milk has been curled and strained. Okay, and curds? A dairy product obtained by coagulating milk in a process called curdling. Wait, a process in which protein or nucleic acids lose the quaternary structure, ternary structure, and secondary structure. Wait, what does this have to do with anything? Wait, for the old-fashioned name curds and whey. Oh, okay, this is it. Oh, it's just cottage cheese. Right.
Down came a spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away.
I wouldn't blame her. That looks pretty creepy to me.
There was a princess long ago, long ago, long ago.
Which one? There were loads of princesses long ago. You have to be more specific.
And she lived in a big high tower, a big high tower, a big high tower.
Okay, it's Rapunzel then.
A wicked fairy, waved her wand, waved her wand, waved her wand.
Yep, before Banjo and Kazooie, Gruntilda was after Rapunzel.
The princess lived for 100 years, 100
Oh, my mistake. It's Sleeping Beauty now.
A great big forest grew around, grew around, grew around.
Yeah, sure. Go into every single minute detail of how the prince rescued Sleeping Beauty from her century-long sleep. The witch cast the curse, the forest grew around them over time, the prince came on some random day, chopped all of the trees down, stopped to drink some water, climbed all the way up the tower, stopped to catch his breath, woke the princesses up with a kiss because he somehow knew that would break the curse. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a baby in a baby carriage. The end. Okay, these people are generous enough to give these kids an actual picnic with real food instead of prop food.
Emma. I haven't got anything.
Why did you keep that in? Okay, we have finally come to the 3 nursery rhymes shown at the end of the tape I looked at a few months ago, starting with
Oranges and lemons, say the bells of St. Clement.
Okay, imagine the most famous bells from the most famous churches in England all saying a single part each of a story of someone not wanting to pay for some fruit. Yeah, bells can talk apparently.
Oranges and lemons, say the bells of St. Clement. You owe me 5 farthings, say the bells of St. Martin's. When will you pay me, say the bells of Old Bailey. When I grow rich, say the bells of Shoreditch. When will that be, say the bells of Stepney. I'm sure I don't know, says a great bell of Bow. Here comes a candle to light you to bed.
Okay, so he never paid for the fruit and we're just seeing him go to bed?
Here comes a chopper to chop off your head.
Whoa, wait. A chopper? Chop off your head? What, you mean like a guillotine? Is this the thief's punishment for not paying? Makes perfect sense, actually. And look at this girl's face.
Here comes a chopper to chop off your head.
She's the only one who understands. She knows what happens when your head gets chopped off. She understands what that line really means. Bless.
Chip, chop, chip, chop, chip, chop, chop.
You know, for kids!
The farmer wants a wife. The farmer wants a wife. Hey ho, the dairy-o, the farmer wants a wife. The wife wants a child. The wife wants a child. Hey ho, the dairy-o, the wife wants a child.
You're lucky your husband isn't Henry VIII. If the child you wanted isn't the same gender your husband wanted, your head is next in the basket.
The child wants a nest. The child wants a nest. Hey ho, the dairy-o, the child wants a nest.
I've never heard of a child wanting a nurse.
We all pat the dog. We all pat the dog. Hey ho, the dairy-o, we all pat the dog.
Just look at this girl's face. It is priceless. She knew the rhyme. She knew what was coming. She didn't want to be the dog. She didn't want to be slapped on the head at the end. But once she found out that she was the one chosen out of everyone else in the crowd, she had no choice but to accept her fate. Now she will be slapped on the head for a couple of minutes, feeling inferior, feeling humiliated. And what's worse, it's being filmed for thousands of children from all over the country to watch and see her humiliation. And they will still do to this day because her humiliation is still available to watch 25 years later. All I can say is, I am so sorry. Especially for me having to remind this humiliation to you with this video. I am so sorry. But anyway,
Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush, early in the morning.
any particular reason why?
This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we wash our face, wash our face, wash our face. This is the way we button our shirt early in the morning.
I don't see what the things you would do when getting ready for school have to do with skipping in circles around a bush.
This is the way we tie our shoes, tie our shoes, tie our shoes. This is the way we tie our shoes early in the morning.
I always had Velcro shoes as a kid. I wasn't going to remember how to do laces, okay? Even after watching this millions of times.
This is the way we put on our coats, put on our coats, put on our coats.
What, in the middle of May?
Here we go round the mulberry bush early in the morning.
And I'm assuming all of these kids were late because they've spent too long skipping around a random bush for no reason.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown and Jill came tumbling after.
His crown? What, you mean his head? He broke his head? I think what they meant is he bruised his head.
He went to bed to mend his head with vinegar and brown paper.
Vinegar? Brown paper? Well, you can't really blame them. That was all they had back then.
Jill came in and she did great to see the paper plaster.
Thanks for that, arsehole.
Her mother sent her straight to bed for laughing at Jack's disaster.
As the rhyme says, Jill came tumbling down the hill after Jack. I'm surprised she didn't have similar injuries.
Do you want some of this, Rodney? Chocolate. Chocolate. Can't eat the split bit. Here you go.
Are the cameramen the only adults watching over the kids here? If so, these are the most well-behaved kids I've ever seen IRL.
We caught a young squirrel right here in our wood.
How? These creatures are so shy that they will run all the way to Cardiff at lightning speed if you're only 30 feet away from them.
He tried to get out and he will if he's good. If only he's good. If only he's good. He tried to get out and he will if he's good.
What are you going to do with him? Am I the only one disturbed by this? The squirrel's desperately wanting to escape, but they won't let him.
The wind it was shaking the nuts from the trees. One dropped on his nose and it made Squirrel sneeze.
Damn it! This was his only chance to escape, but when he sneezed, the humans saw him and locked him back inside again.
He picked them all up, yes he did with his toes.
They didn't mean your actual toes. They meant claws, which are on a squirrel's hands. Yeah, they only said toes because it rhymes.
He knelt on the grass and he made him a nest. He ate all the nuts and sat down for a rest.
Long story short, he was hibernating.
He dropped off to sleep on that warm afternoon, and he slept on and on till the middle of June.
The middle of June? Don't they sleep until the beginning of March or something? How lucky were they that they actually found a real squirrel while picnicking and filming?
One finger, one thumb, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, keep moving. We'll all be happy and bright.
Okay.
One finger, one thumb, one arm, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one arm, keep moving.
Oh, I can see where they're going with this.
One finger, one thumb, one arm, one leg, one nod of the head, keep moving. One finger, one thumb, one arm, one leg, one nod of the head,
Wave one finger, wave one thumb, wave one arm, wave one leg, nod your head, snap your fingers, take a step left, take a step right, take a step back, take a step forward, jump up once, jump up twice, kneel to the floor, roll forward once, jump up again, turn back around, do a handstand, land on your back. Keep moving. We'll all be merry and hot. But would you blame me? Look at the weather.
One finger, one thumb, one arm, one leg, one nose on the head. Stand up, sit down, and turn around. Keep moving, we'll all be happy and right.
I honestly don't think that applause was worthy. They were clearly struggling to remember everything.
5 caravans in the baker's shop. Big and round with sugar on the top. Along came a boy with a penny one day. He bought a caravan and took it away.
Wait, you're the current Buns? My god, that boy is a cannibal! Also, holy crap, actual editing! And not just putting Comic Sans at the bottom of the screen.
4 caravans in the baker's shop. Big and round with sugar on the top.
Oh, come on, I don't think you're that fat.
Along came a boy with a penny one day. He bought a caravan and took it away.
The days when current Buns only cost 1p each. There actually was a time when pennies weren't as pointless as they are today.
He bought a caravan and took it away.
Do all of these boys have apparating capabilities? Why are the kids popping away instead of just walking away?
No caravans in the baker's shop. Big and round with sugar on the top. Along came a boy with a penny one day. He couldn't buy a bun and take it away.
Yeah, all he could buy was this small pile of flour. Poor soul.
Lulu, skip to my loo. Lulu, skip to my loo. Lulu, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling.
I'm really glad you spelt Lou the way you did, because these kids must be desperate if they were skipping.
Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do?
Tell the neighbors? Tell the police? Tell anyone?
I'll find another one pretty as you. I'll find another one pretty as you.
You'll find another one? You're dumping Lou just because you can't find him? Bit harsh, don't you think?
Fly in the buttermilk, shoot, fly, shoot. Fly in the buttermilk, shoot, fly, shoot.
Wait, hold on. What is this rhyme even about? I mean, skipping to see Lou, who I guess is your partner, then you can't find him and you don't know what to do, so then you say you'll find another partner behind his back, but then you're talking about a fly in some buttermilk and... Nursery rhymes are confusing as hell to understand, aren't they?
Lulu, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling.
Well, nothing in that rhyme made any sense. Is the next rhyme any easier to understand?
The big ship sails on the alley-alley-o. The alley-alley-o. The alley-alley-o.
What is with all of these rhymes I've never heard of?
The captain said it would never, never do. Never, never do. Never, never do.
Why not? What's wrong with sailing down the alley-alley-o? Wait, what is the alley-alley-o anyway? A gateway leading to the Atlantic Ocean? Okay, in that case, what's wrong with sailing to the Atlantic Ocean then?
The rain beats down so hard, it makes your head bleed.
So some sort of hat is probably in order.
And great dragons leap from the water and swallow ships whole.
I must remember to pack the larger of my 2 shrimping nets.
The big ship sailed to the bottom of the sea. The bottom of the sea. The bottom of the sea.
Well, that escalated quickly.
We all dip our heads in the deep blue sea. The deep blue sea. The deep blue sea.
But why though? The ship has sunk and you're trying to stay alive. Do you want to drown? Why are the kids so happy about singing about potential death? Oh, and speaking of death, here's the children's nursery rhyme all about the Great Plague.
Ring a roses, a pocket full of posies. A tissue, we all fall down.
Yeah, this is what the rhyme says in other words. We've got red, ring-shaped marks on our skin due to the disease. We've got herbs and flowers to try and help us, but it's not working. We're sneezing due to being unbelievably sick, and now we fall down dead because the plague has bested us. Don't tell this to your kids when they're really, really young. They will regret everything they believe in.
The king has sent his daughter to fetch a pail of water.
Oh, is Jill the king's daughter or something?
The wedding bells are ringing, the children they are singing.
Literally.
In and out the dusty bluebells, in and out the dusty bluebells, in and out the dusty bluebells, will you be my master?
What?
Tippy tippy tap toe on my shoulder, tippy tippy tap toe on my shoulder, tippy tippy tap toe on my shoulder, you will be my master.
So, tapping someone on the shoulders many times will automatically make them your master? No paper slips to read and sign? Is it that easy? Bedtime? Oh god, I feel like I need a nap after this, trying to get all of these confusing stories out of my head.
A peanut sat on a railroad track. His heart was all aflutter.
I didn't know peanuts had hearts.
Around the bend came number 10. Toot toot, peanut butter squish.
So, this short story is of a little anthropomorphic peanut crossing the railway tracks to try and head home, but then Douglas comes puffing quickly. Neither he or his crew could see the poor little peanut, so he was crushed into pieces by Douglas's wheels. I know there's a certain age where you need to tell your kids about death, but didn't one of them get any sort of hints from singing most of these rhymes? Or did they think that they would have survived somehow since they've watched so many cartoons?
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile,
Oh no, please don't.
don't forget to scream.
Oh, I thought they were literally going to scream.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so.
I don't blame you for letting go of the fish. I mean, the bastard did buy you, but what will your family have for supper now? These children look as if they've been hypnotized.
Seesaw, Margery,
This isn't a seesaw. It's a rocking horse. You usually sing the song on a seesaw. It's in the name.
Johnny shall have a new master. He shall earn but a penny a day, because he can't work any faster.
This may sound like cruel working conditions, but it's okay. You could buy almost anything with a penny back then. Treacle, rice, currant buns.
Seesaw, Sakara down, which is the way to London town. 1 foot up, the other foot down. That is the way to London town.
No, I meant literally which way is it to London town. The map doesn't say shit. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go forward? Do I go back the way I came? Even so, how far forward or backwards do I need to go? Which way do I go after a certain distance? Will you just tell me?
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
I wasn't originally going to have anything to say about this nursery rhyme because of how simple and harmless it is, but I have to point out that this kid is seriously confused about where to point. How can you not remember the actions to head, shoulders, knees and toes? Seriously.
Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Oh, I forget the fact that you blank out more and more of the words the more you sing it. At least there's some kind of challenge here.
Toes, toes. Toes, toes.
This kid looks so confused.
Two little dicky birds sitting on the wall. One named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul.
Wait a minute. What? She's actually pointing her middle fingers. She wasn't even holding the birds on her middle fingers. She was pointing them in her index fingers. What the fuck is she doing?
Come back, Peter. Come back, Paul.
The reason Peter and Paul flew back so quickly is because they forgot. It's because they forgot their keys. I'm so sorry, I can't get that image out of my head. I can't get that image of her accidentally pointing her middle fingers at the screen. Didn't the cameraman tell her to do the take again, but to not use those specific fingers? Or did they think she was too young to understand? Oh dear God.
There was a farmer who had a dog, and Bingo was his name.
I'm not sure I'm going to recover. I think I should just end the video right now. I never saw this tape as a kid. I don't give a shit.
Patter cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can.
Right. I always knew this rhyme, but I didn't know about all of these fast-paced actions that go with the rhyme.
Pat it and shape it and mark it with B.
Mark it with B? What does that mean?
And put it in the oven for baby and me.
Does your baby have strong enough teeth to eat the cake? Or any teeth at all?
Lanterns burning, lanterns burning. Fetch the engines, fetch the engines.
Wow. This is a really nice song for innocent little kiddies to sing. A song all about the Great Fire of London.
Great Fires of London.
Exactly.
Fire, 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 fire. Pour water, lanterns burning.
Yeah, loads of lives lost, loads of property, homes and businesses destroyed in seconds, and given the time period, no easy way to put out all the fire. Isn't there a single kid who finds this story scary? Especially any kids who live in London?
Round and round the garden, like a teddy bear.
Are we accepting the fact that teddy bears are alive now? Along with peanuts?
One step, two step, and tickly wonder there.
I'll admit, I remember when my parents used that rhyme on me all the time and tickled me every time afterwards, back when I was really young.
Do your ears hang low? Do they bubble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow?
No, because that would hurt.
Here is a church, here is a steeple. Look inside, and there are the people. Here is a vicar going upstairs. Here is a vicar saying his prayers.
A bit difficult for kids to master, but this is fine.
Johnny, get your hair combed, hair combed, hair combed. Casey, get your teeth brushed, teeth brushed, teeth brushed. Dina, get your nightie on, nightie on, nightie on. Dina, get your nightie on, just like me.
bossy parents to the extreme.
Emma, go to sleep now, sleep now, sleep now.
You know, it's hard for me to go to sleep if you force me to go to sleep.
The north wind will blow, and we will have snow. And what will the robin do then, poor thing?
Of all the people or creatures for these kids to feel sorry for throughout this whole tape, the 10,000 men shooting guns on a hill, Humpty Dumpty, all of those drowning men in the Atlantic Ocean, all those people during the Great Fire of London, it's a little robin freezing in the snow.
Teddy bear, turn around. Teddy bear, touch the ground. Teddy bear, tie your shoe.
He's not wearing shoes.
Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop.
Why the hell is there a baby sleeping in a tree?
When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bob breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle and all.
And that's seriously a good thing? Do you really think that a baby falling out of a tree is a good thing? With it being so young, brittle and helpless, wouldn't it die from that kind of height? What's wrong with you?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
There really is no other rhyme suitable enough to end nursery rhyme videotapes with. Except for this one, apparently.
Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
And strangely, this may actually be the best rhyme on the whole tape. It's simple, it's charming in a way, there's no dark themes, no disturbing elements, no death, no destruction, no confusing story, no confusing lyrics. It's just a perfect thing to end the whole tape with. I bet you all of these people are now regretting ever starring in this production. Especially the girl who sang Two Little Dickie Birds. She must have been cringing to death once she saw that. Well, that was a confusing, questionable, unintentionally hilarious mess and a half. Right then, I need to get ready to go to Baltimore.